Hey guys, it feels like it's been quite some time since I actually did uploaded a video. It was about like over a year ago before this whole charade that's been going around with YouTube with the whole age verification scandal going around and that being spreaded like a wildfire all across the globe and all across the internet basically. But I have been recently making some little bit of snippets over here, as you see in the video that I've uploaded about 2 weeks ago. And now, I feel like that some of you might be have wondering what I have been doing. Well, in case if you've asked, I really do appreciate that, honestly. But I feel like most of y'all haven't, had their lives going on and stuff like that, and that's fine. I have stuff that's been going on recently within the past few months. In case if you haven't known, I've recently have turned 22 about like over a month ago actually, and I've been celebrating my birthday on later days because of that. And I've just been mainly focusing on IRL stuff that's been going around with me, like saying taking care of family is one of them. Work has been kind of taking a toll on me. I'm not depressed, really. I've just hadn't been much motivated and haven't been, like, just been active on YouTube because of, like, work and taking care of family, the whole age verification going around on YouTube, and everything's just becoming more scandalous and slowly becoming a dystopian as time progresses because of people just abusing their power and just making it into a 1984 Big Brother situation that's been going around within the past few days. I feel like it's been ever since the start, like the ending year of 2025. It's when they started showing the cracks where there's like a bit of a dystopian situation going around. And yeah, sorry about that. I have dogs over here. And now you're probably wondering what the fate is going to be going on within the YouTube channel for mine, because I've had this channel for about like nearly about almost 10 years. I was thinking about starting one at a very early age, but I've waited it out. I had like school going on during that time. I had a lot that's been going around, even like when I was just a wee little lad. The big inspiration of who made me actually start a YouTube channel was a very close friend of mine I used to be in school with when I was like a wee little lad. It was a childhood friend. He goes by the name of King Will. He's a big inspiration why I've made a YouTube channel here possible as of right now. As what I'm doing right now with like the plans that the channel that is going to be going with right now is that I'm planning to expand more than just what I've been recently uploading with like the versus like videos that I have actually made that some could be converted to shorts. Because sorry about that, I've been having a little bit of issues with my headset currently right now. What's going on with my headset is that I'm gonna have to either A, replace the earmuffs, or B, have to buy a new headset, which no need to worry. I mean, I'm gonna try to make some plans for it, because this is like it's on its last leg, and for it to actually be a Christmas present that I had for about like nearly 2 years ago is actually a very good decent headset. So whatever brand I've actually bought it from, I'm probably gonna buy a different model of it, or probably buy like the same one again, hopefully for a good price, or maybe at like a deal or some shit like that going on. um but yeah, what I've actually been planning to do is I've wanted to expand more of my content into different directions, into like saying versus topics, because I've actually been thinking a lot more of like the versus topics of like who will win against who. And y'all know I have like very big opinions about it, and if you disagree with my opinion and just want to give out good valid criticism and talk things out with it, that's fine. I'm more than open to take criticism with a grain of salt, as you would take my opinion with some things with a grain of salt as well. So, I'm not going to be like a Twitter user that's going to diss on you just because you disagree with me. No, I'm not that type of dude, really. If it's good criticism and if it's like no hate to like it or whatsoever, maybe, I will allow playful banters here and there because that's how people are when they try to like point something out or just interact with you every now and then. Like that's fine. I don't mind a little playful banters back and forth. I don't mind a little dissing if it's just for funny ha-has. One thing I just don't accept is just people genuinely just being toxic about it, like a different opinion whatsoever. So say, like, example, Goku versus Sonic. I will say, and even till this very day, Goku beats Sonic. Even all versions, if you want to do like a composite Sonic versus a composite Goku. Like all versions, like nearly all versions of Goku can beat all versions of Sonic. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts about that, and there's even statements with that being said. So, yeah, there's that right there. Another thing that I've also wanted to expand my content on is I want to, hopefully, when I'm actually able to get my budgeting situation taken care of, is I wanted to make like some YouTube poops or maybe some gaming videos for you guys and hopefully like expand it to different directions to see what sticks, like a genuine experiment on this channel. But I will say this is that like I'm gonna be doing a lot of consideration into thinking and just gonna be trying to make plans hopefully. But there is one problem with me, and it's not like a severe issue that's been going around with me. This is like a trait that I have like ever since I was a wee little lad and up to about like the current age right now, is that I get very sidetracked easily and I tend to be very, very forgetful. So there's that little issue right there. So I would like appreciate for some people to keep me on track and just basically try to help me keep on forward with my plans and hopefully get my priorities straight, because work, there's been a lot of things going on with work. I would make like another video about it if y'all guys are really interested about my experience with work. This is just for like me trying to financially help out with bills and all the stuff, just basically be like not a bum but like someone that has actual adult responsibilities despite working part-time and trying to take care of stuff. Another thing is that my dreams that I've wanted to do, if YouTube were to be at like a very good right direction, is that I wanted to be an animator. And you probably may have seen me back in the past where I've basically made animations, like short animations. Some of them look sloppy, some of them look decent. I will say, like, as of how I seen them back, like, from the last years of me actually making said animation and then comparing it to now. Now, you're probably wondering, where did those videos gone off to? I will say that they're not deleted. I've privated them because, well, they're kind of cringe, and I just wanted to start something new and not just relive the past, but move on to hopefully a brighter future and see what goes on from there. Because I've been heavily inspired by sprite animation and as well as stick notes animations, and I've been talking to someone who is willing to teach me the ropes of how to do sprite animation whenever I get myself the materials to actually make the said sprite animation, and he'll see what he can do and help me out with, so basically he'll be like a teacher per se. So I would have like a friend that turned teacher to help me out to make good animation, at least something to start off with. It won't be perfect. It will have like rough edges. Like you probably seen like how art would naturally form and change over time. Is that it will start off with something bland, something just utterly disgusting of how you would see it from like the future. But if you look at it back then, it will be like a stepping stone. It'll be like a step ladder per se, to just look forward for improvement and get better at it. That's what I'm trying to aim for right now. what I'm also trying to aim for, besides not only doing sprite animation, I'm trying to do like a series of like a versus topics based off of like how people would actually discuss. Like the previous example that I've actually explained earlier, there's also a topic between Saiyans versus Viltrumites, Metro Man versus Omni Man, etc., etc. So I wanted to expand on that as well as making my own sprite animations and any other animation that I could actually think about doing. And another thing I would also do is that I would also expand on story lore for like characters that I've actually had made within the past year that I've actually had since I'm actually able to get art finally, which is actually really really cool. So I was actually able to get that taken care of and make new characters that are originally from other series, just inspirations and all that stuff. Just something, whatever that I feel genuinely interested in with and making is just whatever that I go with or what the direction that is. Which I don't know for this video if it's going to be uploaded on July the 15th as of prior to the recording because of me having to work constantly. Like they get me working on weekdays and weekends, which is kind of tiring, but if it's money, like good money that's getting paid off, then I'm probably just going to take it with that note as well. Because times over here with the current economy, it's been really really tough. Like not just like myself and my family, it's been like everywhere that's been affected with the bad stuff that's been going around to just basically make money as like the current generation. For like me, since I'm 22 years old, I was born in like you could probably do the math from there. I'm not as old as like my channel when I created it, so I was like developing almost all the way to high school during the time, so you would probably be able to figure out my birth year from there. So with Gen Z, that's been going around with the crisis between all the stuff with like AI and the big old slop companies just overusing it and over relying on it and people getting outsourced by it. I really just I don't like that. It's really really bad. It's becoming a crisis, and thankfully like the little bit of the older generation, they're starting to see that like with my generation right now, we want to work, we actually want to actually put in our end of the effort to actually make the money, but it would be at like a different direction. Because if you actually compare it from the older generation, the inflation compared to this generation is not as bad as what it was like over here right now. Like if we were to go back, say like in the 80s or 90s, it wouldn't be as bad and it wouldn't be like as terrible if you were to compare it to their generation, because they had it easy. But if you want to compare it to this generation, inflation has been kind of, it's kind of sucking us dry. It's kind of like eating up all the stuff that we necessarily want to have for our dreams, and just basically be able to have a roof of our heads and just be able to have network and stuff that we just genuinely want to have to achieve our dreams. But as of right now, currently what I'm doing right now is I'm getting ready for work, because they've got me like on a very mixed schedule. They had me working not only second, they also have me working third shift as well, and it gets really really tiring, especially when you have to take care of a family and you have a wee little lad that's just recently came into the picture, which I value my family and their privacy over everything else, even over my channel, so, and even over money. So you would not see me become a sellout or just have like stuff that's been going around to make people change over time from like YouTube and all that stuff. So I would be like a genuinely honest person to just do what I want to do, really. So whatever that sticks with my content, I'll try to go with it. I'll try to make like playlists of like what I've actually been genuinely wanting to do, to say like gaming, animations, versus topics, etc., etc. Yeah, I genuinely just wanted to get active over here on this platform, but it's just been kind of almost thrown out of the window due to scheduling with work, having me taking care of family, and just like it's all over the place, man. I'm just. But yeah, other than that, I'm alive. I'm thriving. I've just been really exhausted within the past few weeks, if not like months, due to like a lot of stuff been going on, and like none of this is bad news per se. It's just unfortunate with like the stuff that's been going around, which the way how I've been raised, I've just gotta adapt with it and go with it. I just have to go push through and keep climbing through the mountain, which, you know, it's kind of like an example of rocking the rock. So I'm basically rocking the rock. What I've also been doing, if you pay attention to a friend of mine's channel, which is Blood Rocker, aka Leo's channel, I've been a co-host of a racing series. It's a offline sim racing series, so if anyone wants to join in, I can provide a link through the description or in the comment section down below if any of one of you want to join in. Which, you know, this has been like a growing, like, it's about the first time I've actually been involved with like a community besides any other, like, you know, Sonic community. I haven't been genuinely been part of the Sonic community, despite me having a original character based off of like a Sonic Mobian character. But you know, it's just an experiment. I've just been a very curious person to just see what sticks, see what's, you know, needed to be fixed, or what needs to be, you know, just changed up a little bit, which is why you've seen like my character's design. If some of you have actually known me on like an online different platform, I had different experimentations, not only with the design but also with the character's lore per se, just so, you know, it can actually be a really good, genuine, you know, well-written, well-rounded character per se, and how it would actually become a very powerful character at the end of the story. But my character's lore, it's still going. I did have stuff, you know, written down and taken care of as, like, you know, to keep on progressing, but something happened with my phone that with the stuff that happened with the story lore. Unfortunately, with my phone that I had, it all suddenly just stopped working for like 1 minute, and I had to like factory reset, and I did a little oopsie on my end to where I've actually deleted most, like, if not almost all of the chapters that I've actually been writing down. So it took a toll on me, and I've actually just like panicked. Like, I utterly just straight up panicked, like almost it was the end of the world. But I knew, like, deep down it wouldn't be the end of the world. It would just be like missing content, and you know what, it could be something good. I just didn't know about it during the time. Like, it could be just like a good idea to just scrap it and just rewrite it and make it something better. But other than that, I've just been very busy, very exhausted, just been all over the place really, with me not being active on YouTube to also only being somewhat active. Like, the most recent one that I've uploaded was about like 2 weeks ago, but if you look at the video that I've done, it's been like about over a year ago, about nearly 2. Yeah, I've just been really, really inactive and just been inconsistent when it came to, like, you know, uploading content and just seeing what sticks and all that stuff. It's been quite exhausting, I'll tell you that much. But anywho, I would also migrate into other online platforms. Like, I'm thinking about doing live streams, not just here, but also in other platforms like Twitch and other, like, you know, social media platforms. See what sticks and see what, you know, which area I'm going to be popular in, which area is going to be working, which area is not, etc., etc. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm just currently been busy with a lot of stuff that's been going around within the past year, actually. I mean, 2025, it's been a rocky start. In 2026, it's been not much different, just like a few bells and whistles. I've just been rocking the entire rock, trying to go up the freaking mountain now. It's crazy, man. So like whenever I'm thinking about doing like a live stream, I'll probably do like an old Q&A, do like a questions and answers response. It could be like any topic as long as it's not like drama related, or if it's like something serious that's been going around, I would, like, you know, give out an honest answer. But you know how YouTube would actually be heavily moderated during the time, and they would just like have issues going on with not just like big YouTubers but also small YouTubers. Like even with myself, one of my old videos has been recently taken down because of AI moderation, for say, because I was like exposing a very bad user back in the day who was part of the infamous group that was around during the I think it was like during the golden days of YouTube. But at the end of the day, the group is starting to die down and they're starting to face a downfall, which is actually really good, which is happened to be the UTTB the group. Basically they became the former shells of themselves, and they're starting to experience a downfall in terms of basically being the group of how they were originally striving to be. But you know, I really could care less about the stuff that's been going around with that group, as well as like any other toxic groups. I've just been mostly taking my stuff into personal manners and just been focusing on myself, but also like what's going on IRL around me. So I've been taking a little bit of, how you should say, like a hiatus, but not like exactly like a big one. It's just like been really rough. I don't know how to actually describe it to be exact. But one note I would actually put on, at least I'm alive, I'm trying to thrive, I'm trying to come up with some ideas and present them to you guys, see if you guys like it or not. But anywho, that's gonna be it for me for right now for this video. It's gonna be way too long to just try to explain something that's been going on with me. I'm not really good at like talking and explaining like what's been going around. I've been mostly quiet, like a texter, for say, which you probably may have known like some of my tendencies like that in a few live streams. But I'm gonna try to push things out to actually, you know, get out of my inner shell and just be out there and just, you know, talk, you know, whatever I wanted to talk about, and, you know, just cherish the good times, create some good memories, because nothing lasts forever. I'm not sure if my channel is gonna last forever, but if I wind up, you know, taking off my channel or just leaving the channel as it is into other people's hands, I would like have a very good reason why, for say, or if something happens to me, they would have access to my channel and they would do whatever they want with it, as long as, you know, it's not aimed to like a negative note to like what's basically happened to like older YouTube channels that's been passed down, to say like getting hacked or converting it to AI slop. I don't really like AI slop that much, really. Nevertheless, at least it could have been worse with what's been going on with me. Like, it could have been a lot worse, I can tell you that much. But, anywho, thank you for listening to me yapping about the stuff that's been going around and me trying to spew up ideas and just expressing some cons that I have that's been going around within, like, the recent times, as of me not uploading much, or just, you know, expressing holidays with you guys. I'm really sorry with all that stuff that's been going around and all of the other things that's been just really, it's really been out of my control, but I still have a habit of apologizing even if it's not my fault, for say. But anywho, thank you for watching. I might do a Q&A. I hope every one of you guys will be able to come over by and join me, or, you know, just, you know, talk in the chat or whatever, or just a shout out. Wouldn't mind it really either. Just whatever. I would also say, like, if you really want to join like the racing league, I would provide a link in the description below or in the comment section down below. Only thing I will say is just read the rules, and after you read all of them and acknowledge them and just, follow by the rules, and you should be all set. We're looking forward to have new rookies to come by. I will say an update right now that Division 1, not Thunderfire, Golden Rush is closed for signups. We have already had a maxed out roster. D2 is open for signups, but it is almost full. So I would recommend to join in as soon as possible and take a look at the rookie numbers that have the R in it. And if you want it, take it. We'll sign you up with it. And if D2 gets full, it's not the end of the world. There's always D3. And if D3 gets full, it's not the end of the world. There's D4. And if that gets full, it's not the end of the world. There's only one division right there. In case if we have all 4 rosters full, there's a 5th division that I've actually took the owner to take my idea into consideration, and it's an ongoing experiment. But if D5 is full, then that's probably going to be it with the signups. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be ending it right here. It's just